Happy birthday, Joey! Yay! Happy birthday to you. We can't do another song. We can't do a whole other song. Happy birthday to you. Happy Joy Day. Happy Joy Day. Happy Joy Day to you.
And many more. No flash?
Oh, it's not recording.
Oh, see. That's a good start. I just get us posing for photos, doing.
Why would they need to count in for a video? You just edit it out.
Maybe we should do that moving forward. It's like, here we go, let's go,
And then hit the... We're just into it.
Yeah, that won't work.
Let's go, but I need a big turd.
This is episode 54 of the Mac Back Podcast.
G'day and welcome to the Mac Back Podcast.
We're back.
My name's Jake McKenna and to my left, this week in order of the biggest loser on the panel, it's my little brother, Joey. How are you, boy?
Jake, I'm feeling fantastic. And look, I'm not going to reveal the number just yet. You're going to have to listen to find out.
Exciting times. And to my right, coming in at 6'1" as he does each and every week, is the baby brother of the pack of the week. Oh, Junior boy, how are you?
The amount that you boys lost over this 8-week challenge, I won a game.
What a position to be in, my goodness. Boys, it's episode 54 and we have a whole heap of stuff to chat about. We both went to the Royal Show.
The show.
Over the course of the weekend. I did not, so you have to fill me in what all
we'll fill you in all the
hype and hoopla is around that. We finished up the Body Magic 8-week challenge, so we'll give you a bit of a results and a bit of review regarding that. And I've been in the market for some golf clubs, but by Jove, it's been an interesting week in regards to that. It's a massive event. Let's get into it. Boys.
Brother Mingo.
How are we all?
I'm going great.
Episode 54?
Happy birthday tomorrow, Joey.
Yeah,
Yes,
true.
yes.
Bit of a
Time
delay game. You understand, we don't record the episodes on the day that they go out, but I like the little foresight.
Yes, the little foreskin.
The little foreskin to see into the future and go, release day is Friday, your birthday is Saturday. For those playing along at home, quickly put a little calendar, put a little alarm on.
Get your foreskin out.
Get you, maybe don't do that, but get a message into Joey.
Yeah, this is-
just wish him a happy birthday. This is our little pre-warning. You got 24 hours.
Yeah,
if you're
I'm
listening on the Friday.
expecting a lot of personal DMs from the fans.
Yeah, a couple of random names
And for
just
those
sliding
true
in.
OGs, those true day ones, they'll remember
Yeah,
the title of the first episode.
Joey's cracking
Joey's
birthday.
cracking birthday.
Do you know what we should do? Oh, wait, no.
Go on.
Every our year anniversary should be Joey's cracking birthday number 2.
Whoa.
Number 3.
But I don't think it's worked out because it's definitely...
It was
we did
out-
it post-birthday last week.
Yeah.
The last year, sorry. It was
Yeah.
like the 17th of...
It's our only
Hot.
episode that isn't
Rhyme.
a special episode that doesn't rhyme.
No, I disagree. I don't like that.
No, I'm just saying.
Okay,
that.
it's
the
like
first
special.
one. Yeah, it's the pilot.
It's special.
It's
yeah.
the pilot. You
It's-
notice how like a lot of pilot TV shows,
They
the
just
first
call it
episode... Yeah, or they have like... There's a weird dynamic. Like Kramer in Seinfeld has a dog. You never see the dog. You never see the dog
Also,
ever again.
The interesting fact about Seinfeld is the only female like lead character in the show in the first episode. Elaine's not in it. It's the waitress.
Oh, okay.
But then
There you go.
that they did the pilot. It was like, we love this show, but you can't
You
have
need
the
a
only
chick.
female character being a waitress.
Yeah, there you go.
And
So
then they
there's-
brought in Elaine Bennis, one of the
Yeah, way to
greatest
go.
TV characters.
Arguably the best.
I think so. Yeah.
She's like
the best character.
she's definitely the most funny. Like she has like funny storylines. Like sometimes George is like funny because you're laughing at him, but then like Elaine is just funny. Don't you
Elaine
Surely
is-
Kramer. Kramer is all time.
Kramer's
well,
funny,
but
yeah.
Kramer's like,
Kramer gets the claps.
yeah, he's like just the Zane. Like Elaine is like an actual person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kramer is like so. Kramer.
Elaine is more like nuanced in her like. She's
Yeah.
kind of shitty, but like.
In a subtle way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's
it's a bit more
great.
sly
Yeah,
in how she goes about things.
Shout out Julia. We know Julia Louis DeFrez.
friend of the show.
We know you
Dreyfus.
Don't
Don't sting her. She listens. Seinfeld's now on Netflix. We weren't meant to
Oh,
talk
yeah.
about Seinfeld, but Seinfeld's now on Netflix. They've been doing a lot of fun stuff. They did a lot of stuff with Lego this week. Did you see that?
No.
I've got
Have
the
a look.
Lego set.
I got
Yeah.
5 seasons of Seinfeld on Stan, and they took it off. So now, and it was a little while since I watched it, so I don't know what episode I'm up to.
Invite me in. I want to rewatch. Seinfeld is
So good.
all time.
Kira had never really watched Seinfeld before.
Taylor had done the same. Never seen it.
We will just watch episodes, and I'll go through like, oh, this one's like a classic.
Yeah.
So put that one on. So she's just seen like the cream of the crop.
See, Taylor was in a position. We've definitely spoken about Seinfeld versus Friends before. Taylor was a huge Friends fan, and I was like, Friends is good, but Seinfeld's great.
Yeah.
And forever just didn't believe me. Wasn't about that. And then we watched Seinfeld. Must have been like first year after school. We watched Seinfeld all the way through, start to finish, and. Man, hugest fan. Even came to watch
Can't
Jerry do that live
We've
set
seen Jerry
in Perth.
and George live.
Yeah, fuck. If Michael Richards ever comes out, we'll see. We'll see
he does
him.
much stand-up these
Nah,
days.
it's a bit controversial. Google that in your own time. Boys, so your birthday, have you got any presents as of yet? A week out?
Presents. Oh, I did get a little pre-present. Some of you would remember. I don't exactly remember how it came up, but there was that one week where I talked about Paddington a lot on the podcast.
I don't remember that.
It was when me and Mum had watched both of the Paddington duology.
I might have checked out.
Have you?
Might have just checked out.
But yeah, I got my first present was Kira had got it. It's one of those ones where like she had bought it intending to be my birthday, but was like, oh, this is like too good of a gift. It's this little Paddington bear
that's
in his
nice.
little rain jacket with his little rain boots.
Hell yeah.
Great gift.
Very flash.
Banging ass.
Nice. No Kraken as of yet.
No Kraken, no.
No.
But yeah, we'll see. We're in for a big. No, probably not. Probably having a quiet one.
Oh boy.
Wait, how do you turn? 23.
23. Yeah.
There you go.
It's a good number. I didn't like 23.
Yeah, the mid-20s.
Yeah, me neither.
What have you been up to?
I went out on the weekend. Had my first wine tour.
Oh,
Hell
that's
yeah.
right. You teased that a couple of weeks ago.
It was good times.
Do you drink any wine?
Nah.
Wine sucks.
Yeah, it's a bit weird. We only went to one winery as well. 3 pubs.
Oh, okay. I was going to say it's a short day if that's like,
Yeah.
you just go to one place and you don't like the wine there. You're like,
Actually,
oh, okay.
I didn't buy any drinks. Do you know what I bought? We got to, what's it called? Mash or Mosh?
Mash.
That was the one winery we got to. And there was,
It's a brewery.
Yeah, but it's
Oh,
the one
fuck,
in
no.
Swan Valley.
Yeah. And then everyone was getting drinks and I was like, fuck, that chook burger looks good. So I got a chook burger.
No.
I was like,
Is that what you call it?
it's
chook
it's
burger?
called chook
Oh,
burger.
okay. That could be a thing we do. We don't call them chicken burgers. We just call them chook burgers.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Vocabulary.
Bang.
The
Pencil
chook
that down.
burger,
The
yeah.
chook. Not the cook. The chook.
That's what I fucking say.
Yeah.
I went up to the chick who was hosting. I was like, when are we
The
leaving?
chook.
Like, when's the next stop? And she was like, oh, probably like an hour. And I was like, that's enough time to devour a chook burger. And then I went out that night to a Kanye West on repeat night.
Oh,
Hell
right.
yeah.
Was he there in the flesh?
No, unfortunately.
We've been to a couple. We've been to the Taylor Swift.
This
Ariana
one was definitely probably the best. Oh, Ariana was good. But this one was like, they didn't play much Kanye. Probably played like 5 to 10 Kanye songs.
What is it? Just to do with an iPod? I think I've said this before. Just
DJ.
It's a DJ, but he was playing a lot of Drake stuff, which is controversial because they
They don't
They
get
don't
on.
like each
beef.
other.
No.
And then, but yeah, everyone in the mosh. Do you know how like, because I've probably mentioned it before, we like circle up, like me and the boys.
Yeah.
There's probably like 5 or 6 of us in a
open up the
circle.
pit.
So you can do some breakdancing
We
in
were
the
getting
guts.
everyone in. There's probably like, we had like a huge circle.
They don't like
At
it when you do
20
that.
man.
We used to do it.
Oh, we loved it.
We used to do it when we'd go out and like the circle begins to form, and bouncers are just like pushing people back into the
Really?
circle to close them up. Yeah, they do not appreciate.
Yeah, they
people
go
There's
pretty
some people
out.
just
They're
run in
fun.
and just
But no,
cause
but yeah, they're gonna smash bodies. But also, it looks like there's a fight about to break
Oh,
out.
yeah.
And so they're very quick to shut these circles down.
Like in school when I remember one time at school there was this massive circle on the oval and these teachers like running to it, but it was just like a gag. They were doing rock paper scissors in the middle.
That's all time. That is one for the ages.
But yes, we were on the train. We're walking out of the sewing room, and we were heading toward the train station to catch the train to Murdoch, and everyone would get off their own stops. And there's probably like 10 of us, 15 of us, and one of the boys, Foxy. We
Foxy.
don't talk about Foxy much, but he's the main character in the group. He was slowly walking, and then he started to like.
Is his last name Fox?
Max Fox.
Because I remember
Yeah.
meeting him. He looks a lot like a fox.
He does.
He does a bit like kind of sly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Little cunt. No, we love you, Foxy. And he and yeah, he like slowly started to drag behind a bit, and then he like leaned on a bin.
Foxy.
Yeah, and it was like trying to yak.
Oh,
Not
nice.
trying to yak. We were like, and we were like really egging him on, like we
Like
were
a
all,
cat trying to bring up a furball.
We
That's
were
what I'm
all, like, egging him
imagining.
on, like, we
Like
were-
a fox trying to bring up
Yeah.
bring up a cat.
we were running up to him and we were like, trying to get him to get it up. And then he got like a little bit out. And then we got on the train. And we were standing in the standing area of the train because it was like busy. Just a bunch of like drunk teens on the train. And then we were like standing around. And then we got to Canning Bridge. No, we got to Bull Creek. So we were on the train for like 10 minutes at this point. And Foxy was feeling pretty quiet. And we're
His
all
mouth
like,
is just full of vomit.
Oh no.
we were all
You good, Foxy? Never.
we were all loving life. We were having yarns, and then like Eddie, because Eddie and Foxy get off at the same stop, like at Coburn. So then Eddie was like, "You good, bro? Like only a few more stops." And he's like, "I need to get up now."
Oh no.
And then as supportive friends, we were like, "Nah, Foxy, you're fine."
There's nothing better than telling someone else that they don't feel sick when they know that they feel sick.
That's what they did to me at Butterfly, and it just doesn't. It never ends well. Like,
Oh, no.
Just let them go.
Yeah.
You know?
Except the L.
And then
Fuck.
Except the W, the fuck the Y.
And there were a few like train security guards on the train, like in our carriage, like just like down at the other like pole. You know, like they have the poles right next to the doors.
Yeah.
We were at one door, they're at the other door, and then Foxy was like leaning up against the pole, and then he did like a little bit of like, you know how like the pole like has like it's like a big pole, but then it also has like 4 like little handles.
Yeah.
And like Foxy put his mouth in between them
What?
because he felt sick and he's like needed to rest his face on something. And then he was like,
Oh nice. Here we go. Oh.
and like a little bit of spit came out. So then me and like 2 of the other boys, like, so we started to walk away a little bit. And then we're like doing gags like about Foxy and stuff.
While he's there contemplating whether or not he wants to go get on this bus or get underneath the bus.
And there were people like standing right in front of him, like the boys. And there was a girl as well. And and then Foxy just like he coughed.
Cough.
He cough bombed.
Oh.
Shit went everywhere. He hit the roof. Everyone on the train started pissing themselves. Everyone's like, "Oh no, this kid!" And then they're legit like looking at the roof and it's like dripping down. And then one of the boys like got it all on his denim jacket because he like coughed through to him. And because it was like an upward projectile, like it actually got a like
Bit of 45-degree angle on it.
The
And then-
parabolic motion.
yeah. And then one of the boys like ran over to us who was standing down the other end of the like a little bit further away, like just pissing ourselves. He was like, "Boys, there are some like thugs sitting over there," and the vomit just landed all on them, and they're not happy. So we all just got off at Murdoch because we didn't want to risk.
When you vomit on a Transperth vehicle, do they add the little vomit charge to your Smart Rider like an Uber?
Oh fuck, we didn't even scan in. But the worst thing was like we were kind of like trying to like body block a little bit from the security guards because they thought they were gonna come tell us off. But then they like kind of looked down our way, and then I like watched them. They just like turned around and walked away.
Yeah, just pretend that we didn't see it. Because the moment that you see someone's vomit, you gotta do. Yeah, you gotta do something about that. Unless you just ignorant and just turn and walk the other way.
Watching it come out of Foxy's mouth, though, just it's a sight imprinted in my.
How does? Did you check in? Did he got off? He would have got off.
Oh yeah, he got off with us. He was fine. He didn't yak anymore after that.
Oh my god, that is one for
So
the
good.
ages.
Love you, Foxy.
On your copsy. School holidays are upon us.
Hell yeah.
I know.
Best time of the year.
October school holidays used to be my favourites because once you finish term 3, it's starting to get warmer. You hit that spring. We obviously had your birthday. A lot of great video games come out, like the NBAs, the FIFAs, the Maddens are all like well and truly being
New
relaunched.
Pokemon dropping soon.
There you go. Shout out to the
Pokey.
Pokies. So that's always very exciting. And then you come back to term 4. The weather's warmer. You're in the summer kits.
It smells different.
It does. It smells like summer. Like the cricket balls are out. You're taping up your tennis balls, and it's all hell for leather. And one of the big pinnacles in Perth is when this little seasonal change comes.
Yep. When spring's sprung.
Yeah, is the Perth Royal Show.
The Royal Show.
The Royal Show.
It pops off.
I'm not a massive advocate. Like I'm not against it. I'm not out there like pillaging. Like what was that chick? What's that vegan chick?
Tash.
She's not a fan of it. She's not a fan of any fun things. That chick.
No, she's not.
Who's Tash?
Tash Peterson is a
Oh, here we go.
vegan activist.
Get ready. This is going on TikTok.
Here we go.
And she can be a little bit controversial.
Why?
Can we just you're now a vegetarian?
Yes, I am. So,
Can we just quickly say that it's up to it was because of her you were a vegan for 3 years, and can we just go with that narrative and say you saw the way that she's been behaving, and instead of being a vegan, you've gone, nah, fuck you, bitch, I'm gonna be a vegetarian.
Whoa.
No. So the reason why I'm vegetarian is mainly you're going out vegetarian.
Yep.
Just because a lot of times,
Stay at home one.
a lot of times you go out, you order stuff. There's shit in there that wasn't mentioned on the menu.
Yeah.
It's
Okay, it's a bit annoying.
going to work. A lot of times we have functions where there's a lot of vegetarian options, no
Yeah.
vegan stuff.
Yeah.
So
Just a convenience thing.
yeah, mainly it's like
Yeah, and who really cares about
Animals,
forcing
yeah.
animals to give birth to?
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, the royal show.
The Royal Show. What used to be big? Because we never really went to the Royal Show. It's quite.
We went when we were kids.
Yeah, I think
We
once
have-
or twice.
I hadn't been since.
I feel like we went twice.
I think we went twice. You
I
might have
don't-
gone once.
I don't remember it.
You definitely came. We
You
didn't-
were probably hell
Yeah.
young the first time.
I remember
we
seeing videos of us there.
But the Royal Show, the actual show bags used to get like a bit
We
of a.
used to froth a
Off,
show.
bro.
They used to put the show bag catalogue in like the West Australian.
Yeah.
Because I remember
Oh,
used
yeah,
to
pick it out.
used to sift through and like circle them, and we wouldn't necessarily go to the show, but I think Dad used to peel down and just like get a heap of show bags.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he used to. Dad would go like.
What an
morning.
what an expensive little task that would be.
Just to get show bags.
Yeah.
Because we used to like circle like 3 or 4 that we wanted, and you get like an NBA one, and it would have like the little hoop that you could sit on the back of
Yeah.
the door, and then we'd get like
we
a
used to get
fun
the
like
Coke ones.
yeah the Coke.
I used to-
Dad loved the Coke one because I had all
That's
this
why he fucking
this
did it.
Dad
this
loves
Coke
Coke.
merch in it, and you get
Yeah.
like a deck of cards or like a bottle
Yeah,
opener
yeah.
or some shit. But that's what he used to do. We used to circle or highlight the ones that we
I-
wanted, and he'd go in with the catalogue and buy
I
'em.
loved the prank ones.
Oh yeah,
So like
you get the whoopee cushion.
yeah, whoopee cushion, fake vomit,
Fake vomit used to go off.
classic. There were a lot of like. So obviously there's like whoopee cushion, fake vomit. You can use that whenever you want. There are a lot of like one-offs,
Yeah.
as in like this is a thing and you can only use it once.
Oh.
So it's like you
Like
gotta like a just I don't know if we're allowed to say this on air, but a fart bomb. Like a smelly fart bomb.
Yeah, we might have to censor that.
And another one. So there was ones like that, and I remember I had them in like a little bag. Like, you gotta save these up for the perfect opportunity.
The fart bomb.
Not the fart bomb. I think we let the fart bomb go just like it was like we were testing the atomic bomb. I think we just let it go like in the lawn, and everyone was like way back.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
that shit used to go off.
Yeah, it does smell. But there was one. There was one of these like a once in a lifetime prank, which was a bar of soap.
No.
Where in the middle, so you go to wash your hands, the
Yeah.
soap sort of
I
dissolves into
remember
soap,
this.
and inside of it was a spider.
Classic.
And I got Nan with it. Nan.
Oh no!
So that was another.
Pushed her over the edge.
Oh fuck! That's a joke that only us.
Nah, Nan's well and good. Nan's well and good.
Yeah, but that was another staple of like the holidays. Dan would always come over and look up.
Yeah.
Look after us. So yeah, as a treat, scare the shit out of her with my little spider.
We'd get a fake. Mum's terrified of cockroaches, and we used to get a heap of
Fake
cockroaches.
cockroach,
Yeah,
that's
fake
good,
cockroaches
yeah.
used to be the pinnacle, and you just put them just in the roguers places, and she'd fucking shit herself.
We had a few fake cockroaches that were like, especially early on, like super realistic.
Mm.
And
Oh,
they got to the point where they were just like a
Plastic.
brown, like oval.
Yeah, I
Which
once
still works.
I want in year. It would have been year 2. There's Tommy and me. It was in the class. Down at Queenie's, year 2. Must have been around this time.
Queenies.
We had to give like a letter to the teacher or some shit, and I put the fake cockroach in the envelope, going, "Well, this would be fucking funny, won't it?" And like, I think I had mum and dad's support. They were like, "Yeah, it's not like bad, like it's funny."
It's pretty funny.
It's cute, yeah.
And
Like,
so whatever was in the card, and I think there was a little bit of a crowd around at the time that it all happened. And she was like, "What's going on here?" And I was like, "Nothing. What the fuck are you talking about?" And I was pretty shy dude,
Yeah.
which
Oh,
comes as a
yeah.
surprise to
I think
most
this
people.
teacher also did say, one day he's gonna come out of his shell,
Yeah.
and you're gonna wish he never did.
Yeah, that's
boy, is that true.
What did she know?
Jake Stradamus by the teach. But yeah, we got her with she shut herself with that.
Oh, yeah.
There's also the classic, like the fake gum.
Yeah, and then it
And
snaps.
it
Yeah,
snaps your
They're
finger.
so
Yeah.
fake, though.
I
You
know,
can-
yeah.
they're
This
never
isn't a
like-
real brand.
Yeah.
it's too obvious.
But-
How was this
But
year? How
what
was this year?
What I wanted to mention about show bags, because I went for the first time in years and years this year.
Did you go on any rides? Is there lots of rides?
Yeah,
Is
yeah.
that-
But
Okay.
the show bags are trash.
Ooh, hot
Oh,
Show
yeah.
bags are trash.
Olivia, for example, Olivia got a Kit Kat show bag, $6.
Yep.
Guess what was in it?
I hope Kit Kat.
Like you go to Woolies, you buy a 12-pack of
Yep.
Kit Kats.
Yep.
It's literally that packet inside a big Kit Kat bag with
Oh.
2 birdie beetles as well. Like
That's-
stray. What's the
Good
point?
value.
There was
That's
so- yeah, well,
not
that's-
good value. They no merch.
Nah, the only
Yeah,
merch item I saw, I bought a 12 one for Dad. It was just 12s and then a 52-pack of 12 deck of cards.
Oh,
They
that's
used to
kinda
have
cool.
like
They used to have
maybe
good
like
shit.
a 12 hat, a 12 fucking
Yeah, it used to be full
koozie.
bottle. But they also used to be a
12
bit
pens.
more expensive. They used to be like $15-20.
Well, yeah,
Actually-
a lot of them. So you go into the show bag alley or whatever the
Yeah,
fuck
yeah.
it's called, and then you go in
I
there.
don't remember any of this.
And, well, I was there on Friday.
Okay.
And then they're all up on the wall. Like you can see, this is the bag. This is what the bag looks like. It's it's a plastic bag, and then there's like everything
What's
that's
in it?
Everything that's in it is
Yeah.
like stuck up there.
Yeah.
Mm.
And then it's like I'm looking at it like this is like you could
Rip-off.
probably just get it from like Audi and it would be cheaper.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Except
Definitely.
one
Oh.
thing, the Zappo Mongus bag.
Well-
You know, like Zappos.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we're headed to the Royal Show, and I'm like, because Kira's like, oh, we'll go to like the show bag thing. And I was like, oh yeah, like there was like an e-catalog. I had a bit of a squiz through, but
Oh,
there wasn't
nerd.
really anything that I was
Nerd.
aiming for. And then she's like, I want to get the Zappo Mongus bag, and it's $10.
That's good.
And the amount of shit in there
Oh,
Good.
yeah.
is insane. There's like
Yeah.
bunch of full Zappos bags. There's Zappo drops, lollipops,
Trolley stuff.
sour. Yeah, there's trolley pizzas and stuff.
Oh, nice.
There's
Yes,
those
yeah.
Trolley always goes off. There's always a
Fuck
fuck
yeah,
ton of
bro.
trolley
There's
stuff.
those like liquor dip things. There's these million there's chocolate. There's treats. in
Liquor
there.
dip's do a thing.
Yeah, you
Liquor
got-
dip. I think I just said something else
Yeah.
then.
Dude, whatever you want to do, it's fine. We have a shit ton of them, and it was $10. It was
Oh.
insane. And then I was like, oh,
Liquor
'cause-
dip sucks, just
then
quietly.
you, like, look
It's
up-
so shit. It's like it's like you dunk into sherbet with basically what is just chalk. There's no flavor in
Yeah,
that stick.
that
It's just
stick.
chalk. I was going to talk about it later in another segment, but if they're still around, that's props to them. But man, it just tastes like chalk. You're meant to be able to eat those sticks.
Yeah,
It tastes like chalk.
they are good at sticking though.
They are. They are.
But yeah, you like look up there and you're like all of these like tiny bags, and some of them are like more expensive than the Zappa one. And then you get to the Zappa one, it's this massive bag, and a lot of them there's like the bag is up on the wall, and there's like a few things in the middle.
Yeah.
This thing
Was
the
full.
the lollies are like outside the border of the bag.
Hell yeah.
That's how full.
Unreal.
That's how you know you're getting.
Yeah.
some good
Anyway,
stuff.
this segment was sponsored by Zappos.
I'm most surprised about fireworks.
Yeah.
They're always a bit trash.
Oh, hot take. They draw a big crowd for what they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're always
Overrated is what I'd
always
go.
the
I wouldn't say
same
they're
thing.
trash. I'd just say they're overrated.
Always the same thing. I was talking to one of the boys last night about, because he also went to the Royal Show. I was like, do you know what they should do with fireworks? Set them all off at the exact same fucking time.
There's,
Just
How
a
sick
massive,
would that be?
just a massive bang.
Like a 5-second.
there's a great
Would be
scene
better than
in
20 minutes.
Malcolm in the Middle where the boys buy this like illegal firework that is like from China.
Yeah.
And it's like the biggest firework in the world.
Yeah.
And they let it off in this like field, right? And it shoots up into the air, and they're doing this in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
And when it explodes, so it's like the 4 boys are standing there,
Yeah.
and the shot cuts to the same shot, except it's in the middle of the day. It's like clearly they've just edited it, to be
Oh.
like, but it's so bright that it looks like the sun.
Yeah, it seems
It's
like
it's like sort of edited badly, so like you know exactly what they did, but it's
It's
just
so
funny
Yeah.
because
Just so that it looks like it's lit
yeah,
up the
it's
whole
like-
place. So the fact
it's
that
just
it's the
so-
sun.
it's so ridiculous. It's so good.
Yeah.
I love that.
Bravo,
That's too
Mal.
good. So you're
Yeah, you like the fireworks at the Royal Show?
Yeah, they were cool because they played them like to music. There was like a little like ding, ding.
That bit was really.
and then
cool.
they're like ding, 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 and there's like cannons all over. And the sickest part was it happens right in front of you, like 50 meters away.
Well, yeah, because these fireworks happened in like the oval thing,
Mm.
and it was the first time you can really see them like shooting up
Yeah,
from the
okay.
base. Yeah.
nice.
Good times. The Royal Show, 10 out of 10.
This is body magic. This is body magic.
Boys, congratulations. You finished the 8-week Body Magic Challenge.
The crowd goes wild.
Whoa.
what an experience.
Yeah?
What an experience. Week 1 to week 8, it was like a vastly different joint for me.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Some of the stuff we were able to do, we've spoken about it like most, if not every week that we've done
Yeah.
it. But yeah, I'm quite proud of where we got to in the end.
Hell
Yeah, hell
And
yeah.
this is just what we'll say is the end. This is just the beginning. Like
Exactly, yeah.
we've ripped hard to get to this point, and I don't want to sort of fall back. I had a look on. Obviously, we finished up on Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
I had a look at some photos just of myself on Friday night,
Yeah.
not from the challenge or anything, just from general. And
Like
obviously,
saucy ones you've taken.
no, not quite. And even like some of the old TikToks and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
My face really fell into my head, like when I was like quite a bit heavier. I didn't really realize, but like my face was just chewing up my features. Like my eyes were just like disappearing into my skin.
That's
Like my mouth itself, while it was there, didn't look. I'm trying to work out what's a good like analogy here. A little bit like all these king's horses and all these king's men. What's that nursery rhyme?
Couldn't put.
Humpty Dumpty.
Humpty Dumpty. I looked a little bit like Humpty Dumpty. Like head was massive and features weren't to scale. So like I had really little eyes, weird nose, and a tiny mouth that I was obviously just stuffing with food and a lot of beer. Beer.
Well, that's one thing. Obviously, like we looked at the progress photos.
Yeah, which we will share. You happy to share?
Yeah,
Yeah,
of
okay.
course. Yeah.
We'll share them on they're out now. All right, there you go.
They'll be
Bang.
out. Yeah.
The pressure's on. Someone write that down. They'll be out. They'll be out by now. So have a cheeky little peek. They're quite. I want to say they're quite incredible. Some of the side shots for mine
Oh, yeah.
were very telling.
I was showing all the boys on the wine tour. They were like,
Oh, nice. Thanks, man.
Yeah.
like fuck yeah.
That my brothers were.
But that was like drinking is a big part.
Yeah.
My diet is a massive issue. Yeah, I'd go with. But, so to sort of tone that right up and tone up how much beer I was consuming.
Yeah.
Because I think on my biggest day, prior to the big sesh we had on for the grand final
Grand
day,
final.
the most beers I had was like 4.
Yeah.
And that was at the wine tour. A normal Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday, I'd be putting away 4 beers without really.
Thinking about it.
Yeah, it was just
yeah.
like the norm.
Yeah, you did love a weekday beer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
legit.
man. Well,
There are a lot of beers on this table.
there was, especially when we had. Well, I remember when we had Craigsy on, and there was just like,
yeah.
whoa, there's so many beers, and I was like, right, you should have seen the ones we drank like before and after. It's fucking hell.
Yeah. Your diet obviously has improved a lot.
Drastically.
I remember the first week when you and Taylor did like your meal prep or whatever.
Yeah.
And you were like, this is like nuts what I'm eating. And it was literally just like chicken and rice and veggies.
I've never seen this much
Yeah,
food
right.
that isn't fried. What is the story?
But yeah, it is funny because obviously like, yeah, been super tight on all the food and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
then Kira and I we were at like Caltex or whatever.
Nice.
Picked up an ice cream. She had been hunting for the Rick and Morty ice cream. We've been checking out all the
Rick and Morty
all
ice
the
cream.
Caltexes.
What's a Rick and Morty ice
It's like minty and it's also like pickle infused.
That's
Oh,
fucking
what the fuck?
disgusting.
It's like an ice cream sandwich.
That is disgusting.
Bruh.
And I had a
Pickles, take them out of burgers. That does not mean put them in ice cream.
So she got one of them, and I was like, oh, you know what? Fuck it, I'll have an ice cream. So I got the connoisseur plant-based vanilla choc brownie.
Yeah.
Jesus,
That-
that's a long sentence.
Like, I ate it.
The package is an A4 sheet of paper.
Yeah, I ate it, and it was like the first ice cream I had in like 8 weeks, and I was like, "Whoa, like, this is a bit much."
Yeah, I did the same. Like we finished up, and I had a Kit Kat, and I couldn't eat it all at once. So I was like, oh, you feel a bit sick.
I felt sick after eating that.
I was like, oh, I don't really feel. Where before, that was breakfast for most of my mornings, just like shit food. The actual fitness itself, fantastic. Like I really enjoyed. Jared's fantastic. I just want to say, like, props to him. The bloke is an absolute jet. Couldn't be more supportive of 2 blokes who have strolled in and really had no idea what they were doing or what they were getting themselves into. And I cannot stress how bad I felt that first week. Like, I know I made a big song and dance about it, but that first night was one of the scariest evenings I'm not kidding, I have ever had. I was shaking. I couldn't use my arms or my legs for a week. Like, I couldn't even put clothes on. I was really quite nervous that it was going to continue to be that bad every day.
Yeah.
Come week 2, week 3, it definitely wasn't. But I couldn't lift shit. I couldn't pick up. I couldn't put a fork to my mouth to eat the food that I had made.
That night, I came in to check on you when you were laying in bed.
I passed out. I actually blacked out. I'm not kidding.
Yeah, I came in after you had woken up from the blackout. And I was like, how was it?
I was so unwell.
He was like, yeah, that was fucked. But then you were like, but I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
I'm going every day and I'm going to do it. And you did.
And I'm so glad that we spoke about it on the podcast, because that first night when I was in the gutter, practically crying and vomiting at the same time as I wrapped myself around a light, and he come out, that was as close to as I have ever been to throwing in the towel at anything ever. I was
you were like
fucking done,
I
man.
remember we came out and you were like,
We can't do this.
yeah, I can't do it. Oh, wait.
I vividly was like, I can't do this, man. 8 weeks of this, I can't do this. Like,
Yeah,
I
and-
actually cannot physically put myself through this much torture for 2 whole months and expect to think that that's going to be okay.
Yeah, and it's another thing is like, so we did the first week, which is obviously Monday to Thursday, and then Saturday.
And the Saturday, yeah.
And like getting to that Thursday
Oh, Jesus.
felt like
an eternity.
forever.
Yeah.
The first week.
Oh,
Yeah.
my God. Yeah. And I was calling Joe. Like, I'd finish work and I'd call Joe and I was like, fuck, how you feeling? Mainly because I was terrified and I just needed to be like, yeah, let's fucking do it. And for the most part, you were like, yeah, man, let's do it. We'll be fine. And I was like, dude, I don't know if I am. I actually don't know if I'm going to be okay. But what we were able to do, and that bike itself, I hate it,
yeah.
but I grew fond of it. Even like in the last week, effortlessly doing what was
Yeah.
required of us. And we went from being like group 3, which is it's tiered group 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
We went from being 3s and not being able to get even close. The first time I was a
Yeah.
3, wasn't even close to finishing. Like, wasn't even close. Joe's like, how you going? I'm like, yeah, like, real good. Was not going well. Like, got it done, but realistically, the effort and the quality was not there. The last 3 weeks, 2-3 weeks, we were group 2s, and I was confidently smashing with plenty of time to go, like push-ups, burpees, runs, actual like lifting weight, getting on the assault bike and smashing it out way quick. No vomit. I don't think I vomited for the last 2 weeks.
No, just at the footy.
Yeah, that's the only time I vomited, and that's that is a fantastic feeling. But props to him, because he could have easily, and he probably should have, after week 1, looked at us and gone,
Hey man,
you know what? Maybe, I don't know. Is there insurance? Like, if I died, what happens? Because that has to be part of his risk portfolio, where he looks at it and goes,
surely not.
this dude might not die. At least might not survive. Like, I was in such a bad way.
yeah, you were, but here we are.
Here we are. Yeah, we'll get up to the more positive stuff. So yeah, we went down. We did the weigh-in on Saturday. That's what I was saying. I had a quick little sift and a bit of a look, and then we rock up on Saturday to do the weigh-in. Now, basically, it's everyone who's done the challenge gets measured: arms, chest, stomach, knees, or like legs, and then obviously the weight itself. We managed to go like second to last.
Yeah, just about last.
And so everyone's in the gym. They've already done their thing, and they're all just like watching us, which is quite a fun little portfolio of.
Yeah, but everyone's in
the same boat, yeah. And I'm glad, because when we went to first measure up, we went the day before for that
no one was there.
Yeah, for that very reason. We wanted a very private showing, and it was just like Jared, Joe, and I. And it was the first time I'd spoken to Jared in years. We saw him at the cricket at the basketball a couple of years before.
That's
But
the first time I knew who he was through you, but that's the first time we met.
Loveliest dude. And I told him at the time, I was like, yeah, I'm pretty scared, and my diet's shit, and I like drinking piss. So to strip it all out for 8 weeks is going to be a task. And then to do physical activity, I think he was at the time, he was just like, oh yeah, like, you'll be right. And then he would have seen us 24 hours later and gone, you might not be right.
Because he knew you when you like played basketball and were pretty fit back in your youth.
Yeah. Anyway, so we get there and we're doing the photos and we're about to step up. You went first. Do we want to how do we want to do this? How do we want to...
The results are in.
I'll go first. So I'll just quickly say, I went up to do my thing. Benny went. Benny looks absolutely fantastic. Shout out to Ben. He did 12-month photos as well. He's been there a long time.
Yeah.
The photos that he sent through, he looks like... I said to him, you look like a completely different person. Like a completely different person
and
who
it
he
is
did
funny
12 months
because
ago.
obviously
And he was fit. He was fit 12 months ago. Like, I didn't think that he wasn't fit. But now he's like rocket fit.
Yeah, and the main thing is like with everyone there, like you see them basically every day, so you don't really notice.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, it's great to see the end result
100%.
compared to the start.
So I pull up to the what do you call it? The scale.
Scale, yeah.
And Jared says to me, and it's probably one of the most honest and open things he said to me. He goes, man, like after you'd already gone and Ben had already gone, he just goes, man, I had a look at your photos last night before we did this. Fat little bastard, were you? I was like, oh, bro, like, cheers. And then he backed it. And that, I was laughing my head off because he couldn't be more accurate. And I wish someone had probably told me at the time. But like your wedding yourself, Ben's wedding yourself, and I was just like, oh man, like I laughed my head off, and I was like, oh, give us a bit, like,
Yeah.
sure. And he goes, nah, honestly, they're like pretty chubby, and I just doubled down, and it was completely.
You said that on the first day.
Completely, yeah. He didn't say that when we pulled up the door, like, but nah, absolute jet. So I get on the scales. You go first. You went up first.
Yeah, cool. So are we going to read all three? Or just the
Yeah.
first and last?
Go all three.
Cool. So when I weighed in originally, I was at 81.9.
So first week when Joe gets there before the thing started,
81.9.
Nice.
Then the second one was after the fourth week, which I think for us, we actually did it a bit later because of sick week.
Yeah, we actually got crook. So there was a week where we were not well, and we went in. Yeah, we were in that week.
Yeah. And then I was 76.8.
So how many?
That's about 5 kilos.
Yep. So you lost 5 kilos in 4 weeks.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty flash.
And then now 74.1. So in the last like 3-4 weeks, another 3.7.
Bang. So what's that total of?
2.7. Total of 7.8.
Fuck. So Joe's lost 8 kilos over the
huge.
course of 8 weeks. Unreal.
Kilo
What about your
weight.
measurements? What was like the most glaring?
measurements?
Just pick one. So we obviously do arms, which is like your
Bicep.
circumference of your bicep. Then we've got our chesticles, and then we've got our tummies, and then we've got our pegs as well.
Yeah, so the biggest one I think was the chest. I lost 10 centimeters.
Around your nips.
Yeah.
That's good, man.
Yeah.
That's unreal. So 7, yeah, that's fantastic. So I went week 1. I came in at a 72.1, which is probably the heaviest I've ever weighed. But I was sitting at 72 for at least 18 months. Yeah, since I did my knee. So I was pretty impressed that I hadn't fluctuated that much. But looking at it, I definitely that's not a good thing that I didn't fluctuate. And then I've gone to, after, as you said, that halfway point, 67.4. So again, yeah, I'd lost about just under 5 kilos. And then I finished up at 64.6 kilos. So yeah, I lost 7.5 over the journey,
Nice.
which
And
is
another thing is like,
unreal.
obviously losing weight is one thing, but it's also
It's
like
functional mass
the
now.
the muscle composition is, you can tell like just by the photos.
100%. Even like the bench press stuff that we were doing, we were just doing the bar to begin with, and I was like the first week I was torched doing the bar, like couldn't do it. Actually had to leave and vomit. And then we were there on Friday, and I wasn't lifting much, but it was like I was throwing them around like Benny used to. So that was good fun. Which one's chest? Sorry.
I think the third one.
Yeah, so I lost... No, that's stomach. So the stomach... stomach, I lost 12 centimeters around my stomach.
Fuck.
Which is...
That's huge.
It's pretty big.
That's half a ruler.
Yeah. And that's probably the thing that I have noticed the most. Like, wearing shirts... I think Ben said it best when I took my shirt off. He goes, oh, man, like your stomach's flat. You'll be able to see your dick again. And I was like, yeah, bang on, bro. But that's definitely been the most noticeable thing for me, is actually being able to see my micro penis from all the way up here. But nah, that's been fantastic to actually wear a shirt and not like feel it on every aspect of your body is quite a fun little thing.
It is. I think one of the because obviously a few people from work know that I've been doing it because I haven't been going in as much, been working from home, so I can make it there. And yeah, and it was cool. One of the boys, because we went out to get drinks on Friday, and I was like, no, I'm not drinking. And he's like, oh yeah, you're doing your challenge. He goes, yeah, like, you're looking good, and like just like cool.
Oh,
like,
100%.
people notice. You know?
Yeah, shout out to my man Brett at work. He's the boss man. I've spoken about him before. He couldn't have been more supportive. I've been coming in early, so that I can leave early. And for most people, that would be like a bit of a, oh, you're rocking the boat a bit here.
Yeah.
Couldn't have been more supportive. And he's been calling me Slim all like for 8 weeks. Just like, man, Slim, what's up? So props to him. Props to everyone for their support. Couldn't have done it without you. Love your work.
Heck yeah.
All right, boys, it's time to talk about clubs.
Oh, Jake's hitting the club.
Not those clubs. Golf clubs.
Oh, okay.
So I've been
that's also
less
cool.
exciting.
I've been in the market recently for some new golf clubs. I've been playing pretty frequent golf,
Nice.
once a week for the last 2 months or so.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Trying to get down.
Out on the green.
Trying to get down as much as I can. I didn't go this weekend, unfortunately. I was keen to, but weather permitting, and
Did Mum have plans?
no, it was more just couldn't really be asked. But I am super keen to get these new clubs, right? So Friday of last week,
Yep.
I have a sift through Facebook Marketplace and Gumtree.
Yes, all reliable.
Yeah, to try and find some brand new, or not brand new, but brand new to me, some nice flash brand new clubs. And I'm looking for tailor-made clubs in particular, which for those playing along are like quite a nice little brand of clubs. The clubs that I currently have are from 2004.
Yep.
Now I got them secondhand. They've done a great.
Yeah, we drove up to the Swan Valley and got them.
That was
on
a good
Friday. Yeah.
That was a good night.
And he was like, we would go to buy. See, this is why Gumtree stuff's great. We go to buy a set of clubs, and he's like showing us them, and then he goes, "Oh," he goes, "Do you both play?"
yeah, that's right.
And we're like, "Oh, like we haven't really both played much." At all. He goes, "Oh, I've got a second set of clubs if you want them for like $50."
Yeah, and he just threw in a whole bag, whole set of clubs, brand new putter, a fucking shit ton of like balls, tees, all that
yeah.
bullshit.
That putter is, I love it.
And then he was just like, $50, take the what? Because that's what he said originally. He was like, I'll just sift through that one, see if there's anything you want. And then he goes, fuck it, take $50, take the lot.
And
Like,
golf clubs can be expensive as well.
shit, yeah,
They
100%.
How much are they? For like, if you bought a tailor-made set, how much would that be?
What, current? Brand new?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're in thous territory, yeah. But we're not quite in that territory just
No.
yet. So I'm on Gumtree and I'm on Facebook, and I've been on there for weeks and weeks and weeks because I decided I wanted new clubs, but I've been sifting around, and I know enough about the clubs to know what's
To
good.
get ones that'll suit you.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I'm on Facebook Marketplace, and I found these nice ones, and I messaged the chick, and I was like, okay, well, these could be on.
Mm-hmm.
Are they still available? And then I had a look, and she lives in Sorrento, which is like a bit of a fucking trundle.
Yeah. Bit up north.
Yeah, a bit up north indeed, especially when I don't really like traveling or driving or getting lost or
Going up north.
or any of that shit. And then, so I had a quick sift, and then I jumped on Gumtree, and there was another dude who was just in Bateman, and I was like, oh my god, this is
handy.
this is
Round the corner.
fantastic. And I actually preferred those clubs. So I was like, fuck, these are nice, really nice clubs. The photos of them were terrible, so I couldn't really gauge the quality. So I was keen to go down and suss them
Yeah.
before I bought them.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough. Get a
So,
set before you buy.
I've messaged the chick on Facebook.
Yep.
She's like, yeah, these are available. And I just left her for the moment because I was now interested in these Gumtree
Yeah,
ones.
fine hard to get. Love it.
And I messaged the dude, and he was, and I was just like, okay, these still available?
Wait, which ones are the tailor-made ones?
They're both tailor-made.
Oh, yeah.
Facebook chick is Sorrento.
Yep.
Bateman man is Gumtree.
All right.
He messaged me back on Saturday morning. I wake up really early on Saturday morning at 6 o'clock.
You're going to the gym.
Well, and it's like, it feels like Christmas Day. I'm getting
New gloves.
yeah, new clothes, baby.
Yep.
And then he messages me back and goes, yeah, man, that's fine. And I was like, okay, perfect. What time would you like me to come down? He was like, oh, like 9. And I've just gone, well, that's not going to work. I'm getting jacked at 9.
Yeah.
Booked in.
So instead I was like, oh, how about I can get there at like 10:30, 11 o'clock. Easy as.
That's right.
Yeah, man, no worries. Sends me his address.
Yes. So you're in.
You're locked in.
We go to the training, and I was chatting to Benj.
Yep. All excited about your old club.
Yeah, I was like, man, I'm going to get some new golf clubs. Really, really keen. Joey and I are going to finish up here, and then we're going to go out, check them out, and Bob's your uncle. Gets to 9 o'clock.
Yep.
And we're about to leave.
Yep. Is that our big weigh-in sesh?
And I get this notification on my phone as I pick it up, and I'm flying high. Like, I've just done my sexy photos. I'm
Yep.
looking real
Feeling
flash.
good. You got new golf clubs.
And
coming?
yeah, and now Christmas, I can actually smell Christmas. It's on its way. It's in
Hell yeah,
Bateman.
Yes.
And I get a message on my phone. It's just like, oh, this ad is no longer available. I was like, fantastic. He's taken the ad down. Like, he's that.
coming.
Yeah, because he knows
He's a
I'm
committed
coming.
man.
Santa is on his way. And then I open up the message. I just open up, I swipe through and like quick open that link. And he's messaged and gone, hey, dude, just sold the clubs. And I was like, okay, but I'm not there. That's not to me. That
To
is.
whom?
And I was like, bro, you're kidding. It's like 9:15.
I'm gonna be there in like an hour.
Yeah. And I said, well, could you not wait till 10 o'clock to sell the clubs? Now I'll read you verbatim what he said before we get into a little debate about
We got some drama.
what the fuck's
Got
going
some
on here.
evidence
Because
on
I
this
was
there.
flat as a tack.
Mm.
So, in my opinion, the dude has offered up the clubs.
I feel like once the address is
He sent me the address and the time in which we're going to meet for these clubs.
That's yours.
That was at 6:45 in the morning. By 8:51, he goes, "Sorry, just sold these. Thanks for your message. Unfortunately, the ad's no longer available." I said, "You're kidding. You couldn't wait till 10." He goes, no. It's very, very sassy from what I'm assuming is a middle-aged man.
Yeah.
"You never said you were definitely going to buy them. You just said you would take a look. I sold them to a person who inquired last night," which I did as well.
Yeah.
That's the way Gumtree works.
Oh.
With like an emoji that's a little fuckwit, just
Like,
doing
I
like a
don't
two
care.
hands,
Oh.
two hands
Shrugging you
up.
off.
Is that how he ended it?
That's the way Gumtree works. My response used fruity language.
Get fucked.
That's literally what I said. I
Excellent.
called him
Can I read it?
a canine C.
Wait, can I read it?
Yeah, I went. There's no mucking around. There's no mucking around here. I was pissed
We've
off,
got his
man.
Addy as well. That's so ballsy.
Well,
Well, that's the
He's
thing.
Fit.
That's the ballsiest part. He's dogged me real bad, and he has no idea that we have a podcast. So I could drop his exact address in Bull Creek at.
Just say it will be.
It doesn't say it, bro.
If you're interested and you'd like to put a 6-iron through someone's front window, hit me up. I'll be
like-
happy to do it.
That's not right, bro.
What an absolute shithead.
The
Like,
nerve of like,
there's how going to. No, it's not, bro. I've on my way. I have your address.
what if you live like 2 hours away?
Yeah.
Yeah,
bro,
what if you're on the way?
I'm literally out the front. Oh, well, you can chat to the dude who I just sold them to. Like, what? It's not a fucking. What sort of market does he think we're in?
The Gumtree market,
Yeah,
obviously.
the nerve on that guy.
Oh, Jesus. I was not thrilled by any means. So I thought I'd bring to the table today and ask not only you two, but the people of Perth, how can we kill... No. What is the rules around Gumtree? Am I in the wrong, or is this absolute
Whoa.
flog face that we...
Can we see your earlier text? Let me hear the phone.
His name is Chris.
Oh.
Yeah, we can do that. Chris from Bateman. Shout out to you, you fuckwit.
Jeez.
Perfect. What time can I come by and take a look? Yeah, but take a look is like euphemism for I'm going to buy them.
I'm not
Yeah.
going to take a look and just be
Yeah.
like, oh, well, you can wedge them right up your ass, man.
Yeah, because
I'm
also, like,
clearly interested.
you can't. But another thing is like, you be like, oh yeah, I'm definitely going to buy them. What if you go there and they're like in the worst condition of the
Yeah.
market? You're
Yeah.
really not going to buy them.
No.
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't have said to the boy, oh yeah, even if I did, even if in the morning I said I'm definitely going to buy these clubs, he's not removing the ad, because if I rock up and, I don't know, he's got feces hanging off him, all of a sudden I'm going to be a little bit more cautious about whether or not I'm going to buy his clubs.
Yeah, I just don't.
Yeah.
Why set? It's like, okay, so you're messaging at
Early!
6:30.
But my first message comes in on Friday at 9:22 p.m. So when he says the other dude inquired the night before, so did I.
And like, why? Yeah, this guy said, because why set up the time
Yeah.
if some guy from last night is gonna buy it?
Because obviously he would have set up the time
You would
after
think
that,
last night.
but before. He
My thing
he
is-
probably would have messed both of you saying 9.
It's not amazing race. Like, it's not like, oh, I'm just going to give everyone in Perth the details and whoever rocks up first
Yeah, that's not how it
wins the
should be.
clubs. If he had told me, oh, I've got a dude coming here at 9 o'clock. If you can beat him, you win.
Yeah.
Mate, I'll fucking be there.
yeah, and also like,
But that was never in the discussion.
yeah,
It wasn't fastest man gets the clubs. It was Wool 9 work, and I said no. He goes, okay, 10:30 will do it. That'll be fine.
Yeah.
If I rock up and there are no clubs, that is not the case anymore. It's not fine.
Yeah.
What am I coming for? Just beers, just hanging out, bro. You fucking idiot. He's an absolute fucking idiot.
I wonder what the guy's doing right now with his clubs. Having a beer.
I do want Riley.
I wonder if he realized, because the clubs are very good and they're very expensive. Those ones in particular are very expensive. So I wonder if a mate of his has seen them, or if something he's had a second.
Oh
he's had
my
a
God,
change
mate,
of
why are you
heart.
selling these?
He's had a change of heart, and he's going, oh, okay, I'll pull them off.
Yeah.
Because the driver itself, those clubs, he was asking for $550. The driver alone's worth like $250.
Yeah, because.
And I've had it before. I went to buy shoes on eBay once,
Yeah.
and I got them for a steal. They were really limited edition Adidas shoes,
Which
and
one?
I don't like Adidas. They were Who Chinese New Year edition, bright red, fantastic shoe.
Oh, yeah.
They cost a lot of cash, and I won this thing because no one else bid on it, and I won it for like $100.
Banging.
And then I get a message from the guy, and he goes, "Oh, you never believe it, man. My daughter's
Oh, I remember that.
my daughter's cut them." And I was like, "Oh, that's okay, bro. Just send them anyway." He goes, "Nah, I threw them out."
Wow.
And I was
bought
like,
those.
I was like, "What did you? They're now my shoes because I won the bid."
Yeah, I hate that.
Sneaky behavior.
Yeah, there's got to be
Right.
some sort of middleman.
There was that's what the website is there for.
Yeah, but they don't.
No
I
one's
don't
tracking
care.
that.
Yeah.
There was a period of time where Riley was too young to his Facebook account. He couldn't use Facebook Marketplace.
Oh.
So he was using mine. And Riley was just like, he's just buying clothes and stuff. But there were a few times where Riley really like dicked these people around.
Oh,
Where like he was trying to set times and like cancelling on them and just like not replying.
You're the Chris.
I'm not cancelling. Nah.
Were you trying to buy shit?
No, it's because I'm used to message like I'll scroll through and then I'd see like 8 pairs of sneakers, 4 pairs of jumpers, like 4 jumpers, 3 shirts, and I just like click all of them like,
Yeah.
are they still available? And then some I just like,
Do you forget about?
yeah, or I wouldn't reply to it. Or it was on Joe's. I did it on Joe's laptop to get it up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do
On Joe's
remember
Facebook
there was
account.
one time where like, yeah, with some guy I feel like you were buying shorts or something, and you really like dig this guy around, and I'm like, this is on my Facebook.
He knows. He
Yeah.
knows. He knows how it works.
Fucking Joe McGann.
And some guy goes, "Hey, you were meant to buy my shorts," and just hits me.
So the question is, was I in the wrong or was
Oh, he was
Chris? We've
definitely
already named him.
wrong.
Shout out to Chris, you shithead.
Yeah,
Was he in the wrong?
Let us know. He could be
Do
listening.
you think he was in the wrong?
Yeah. Yeah. It's
Maybe we'll do a poll on the Friday.
It's a dog act.
Yeah, let's do it. Is Chris a dog?
There you go.
Vote yes. All right, boys, it's time for one of my favourite segments. It's our weekly segment, which we call Our Everyday Hero.
Who was it this week, Jakey boy?
Well, we got a
You
little
brought one in.
we got a little bit of feedback last week. Taylor was very stoked to hear of
hell
her everyday hero. I was doing stuff on. We'll just quickly touch on this. I was doing a fair bit of stuff for the podcast on Thursday night. We had a busy week last week, so I was doing a heap of stuff on the eve of release.
Yep.
Organising the name of what the episode was going to be.
Yep.
Organising all the social media shit that goes out and the post for the Friday. Yep. And she was over. She'd cooked a lovely gnocchi dinner, which I was stoked with. And we've been watching Pack to the Rafters.
Oh, love it.
Like the return?
No, the old one. We've been
Getting
watching
ready
it.
for the return.
I had a look like 2 years ago on my videos when we were watching Pack to the Rafters, and we're still like trudging our way through it. Fuck, man, hour-long episodes, and a lot of them. Takes a long time to rip through, but we're doing that.
Hour-long episodes?
Yeah.
Jeez, that must have had, 2 hours on air? Hour and a half on air?
Yeah, that's a good point.
That's a long...
I never really
that's a
Must have
watched
been
it.
an hour and a
slot to
half. I think it
hold
was an
up.
hour and a half. Yeah.
Big slot.
It was a big show when it was
it
on.
was.
Yeah, it was huge. And then she wasn't like mad. She was pretty mad that I wasn't like in the room. I was doing other shit, and I like ducked out to the back room to do some stuff because
It was
realistically,
invaluable pack time.
yeah, but realistically, it was stuff about like the podcast. I couldn't do it next to her because she featured in the title of the podcast and all this shit, and she wasn't aware. I came back in. She's like, "You just spent like an hour out there. I've been in here watching Pack to the Rafters," and I was like, "Oh, cool."
Must be nice.
And then she quickly worked
What
out.
did I miss?
And then she messaged me the next day. She goes, like, I was the hero. Like couldn't have been happier with that little hero nomination. So props to her for
T-Money.
collecting episode 53. Now episode 54
Yes.
goes to another good friend
Yes.
of the show and a great friend of mine. He's an avid listener.
He is,
He let me know very recently that he's been listening every single week. Props to him. He's been helping us out at Jared's every single day.
Yep.
Which we are incredibly excited. We're incredibly thankful for teaching us how to do bench press, teaching us how to do all the fancy stuff in
The fun
addition to Jared's assistance. But as I mentioned before, the golf clubs
Yes.
Yeah.
really wanted them.
Hell yeah.
And I couldn't get him. So he went down and he beat this bloke's head in. No, he didn't actually. What happened was we finished up at Jared's and we all went for a big celebratory 8-week coffee.
Hell yeah.
Just at the Boulevard in
The
Canningbale.
Boulevard, yeah.
Shout him out. And we're sitting there. Ben couldn't quite He could understand, but he couldn't quite believe how disappointed I was about not getting these clubs. And so I'm sifting through Facebook Marketplace. I'm sifting through Gumtree to try and find another set of clubs to fill this club void that I have. And I was like, I told him the story about how I found that secondary pair last night as well, but they're all the way up in fucking where were the Sorrento?
Yeah, Sorrento.
And I was like, fuck, I might just have to go up there today and sort them out. And then the kindness of his heart, he's just moved to up north.
Up north
North
of the river.
Yeah, he's moved north of the river. He's got a nice little place that his girlfriend has bought.
Must be nice.
Must be very nice. And he just goes, man, I'm going to go pick him up for you. That'll be fine. They're basically like 5-10 minutes away from where I'm living now, so I'll just pick him up for you on the way through.
Hell yeah.
Absolute jet. Save me the like hour and a half, 2-hour trip.
Whoa.
All the way up to Sorrento and back.
That's a friend. That is a friend.
And then I was obviously in discussions with the lady, the lovely lady. She was very kind. She gave us a time slot to work with and actually
kept it.
Yeah, fucking kept her promise.
Good on her.
And as did Ben. So she wanted cash, and he even went and got cash out specifically for the thing, because I messaged the chicken. I was like, I'll just send you PayPal dates, and I'll sort you out, because my mate's
like a fucking scammer.
My mate's coming to pick him up, and she's like, cash only, and I was like, sick. So now not only has Ben got to travel all that way up to get the clubs, now he's got to go and get cash out and do the whole transaction for me. What an absolute ledge. Yep. So yeah, he saved me a fucking hell of a lot of time. Got the cash out, transferred him some cash, and got the clubs. And then he went one step further, and he was going back home to his joint. Where were we? Were you south?
Yeah.
We're south of the river. Came back. I don't know my directions. He came back and he dropped them off. He hand dropped them off to the doorstep this afternoon.
Same day?
No, Jesus. It's not express. You got to pay extra for express to live. But no, he dropped them off early on Sunday. So I went to the park and had a bit of a hit, and bloody delicious.
Warm 'em up.
Delicious club. So for the big Benny Wright, not only has he helped us out at G's over the last 8 weeks, not only is he a massive fan of the MacPack podcast, a weekly listener of the MacPack podcast, but for doing the chore of chasing up these clubs when I was in a
pickle,
in a bit of a purple patch. I was a bit sad about the clubs, wasn't I? I was a bit sad about the clubs. But yeah, Benny's been around for a good time. He's been around for the longest of times.
Hell yeah.
He's a great mate of mine.
Day one.
And he is episode 54's Everyday Hero. All right, boys, that brings us to the end of episode 54.
54.
Of the MacPack podcast. How are we feeling?
I'm feeling great.
How'd that one go, you reckon?
Yeah.
It was good.
It went. Wasn't well done, but it was done. You're heading off, mate. We're not going to see you for a week.
We'll be riding up the coast, going all the way up to Calvary.
Party!
It is your birthday the day after release, so for those listening on Friday, there's Friday Fiends. Hashtag Friday Fiend, hashtag HBD. Yeah, HBD Joey Boy would be absolutely fantastic to see. And yeah, when are you back? You're not back in time. We're going to record. We're doing leftovers, by the way, Riley.
I'll be gone on Sunday, and then I get back on Saturday, which we have a pretty big Saturday on the 16th.
Yes, we do. We'll give you.
You'll hear all about it.
Yeah, you'll hear all about it. We actually have a big couple of weeks. So we've got leftovers coming out next week. It's the Jake and Junior Show.
Yo!
Next week on the MacPack podcast. Sorry to break it to you there, Jaboy. But Riley and I will be taking you through some of the highlights and a fair few of our lowlights that haven't made the cut over the last couple of weeks.
Yes.
The leftovers episode one of my favourites because
there's some funny bits in there.
Well, we don't often listen back to what we do.
No.
Whether that's the right thing to do or not. We're raw. We're raw, we're original, and we're here to party. So the leftovers gives us a good little period to just catch up on a few of like the misses that we've had and just have a brief chat about them. So I can't wait.
There's many.
Not that there's many. It's going to be...
I know I'd call them misses. They just they don't really fit the structure of...
Nah, which makes them fun. That makes them funnier. But yeah, we'll be taking you through that this time next week. Following that, we have obviously the chat about when your return, your whole time... And then we have the Body Majic cheat day, which is like a big party day with all the absolute legends. And I hear it's pretty fucking intense. So there's drinking and there's exercise.
Oh, what?
Both of those things make me very, very sick. So I can't wait to just catapult. I'll do a bit of Maxi Fox, and I'll be coughing, vomiting over absolutely everyone I have.
So you drink
doubt about
6 beers, then you go on the assault bike.
I think that's why I
No,
think.
I don't think their bikes getting shipped out to where the party is.
Yeah, we won't drop a location, but yeah. And then the week after that, there is a little bit of news coming for the MacPack podcast. We'll release that exciting news soon, closer to the date.
Yeah.
But we're very excited about it, and I think
Will be good.
all parties who are involved are quite excited about it. It truly will be magical. Boys, it's been an absolute pleasure to sit alongside the two of you once again for episode 54 of the MacPack podcast. Until we do it, you and I, Riley, in 1 week's time, and Joey Boy in 2 weeks' time. Please remember to stay safe, stay blessed, and remember to
Yo, give your mama a hug.
ciao for now, but not forever.